Chưa bật mic à? Ô lê. Quên không bật mic. Có tiếng gì nhỉ? Chưa bật mic à? Đẹp rồi. Ui da, cái gì vậy? Ôi, sang DLC mới nào. Toàn cừu, toàn nghe tiếng cừu này. Tiếng cừu với cả tiếng tiếng cừu thôi. Chết rồi. Chính thức, dân chơi chính thức quay lại nhá. Lên quả núi không nhỉ? Mutation and Grandmaster with the gear. You can undergo ordination with the mutation to unlock new capability. Tức là nó có thể update đồ mình lên Master Craft. Vấn đề là mình nghèo quá, có mỗi 3 lốp làm ăn gì. Không làm ăn gì được cả, nghèo lắm, mỗi 3.000 tiền bị cái thằng mình cũng chẳng hiểu. Không biết là có cần phải dùng cái rune nuốt của cái bản DLC trước nhỉ? Mình thấy chả cần nữa. Con mình khỏe lắm, lắc ở OP lắm rồi. Gần lên 36. Follow mutant to the place where the body was found. Yeah, go.
Come on. Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kid.
Cái đây là xe này màu sắc tươi sáng nhỉ? Đây là xe trước màu sắc tối nữa chứ.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
Đây à? Beat up Tuzon.
One here.
Từ đọc là gì? Tuzen à? Hay Tuzon? Tuzon. Từ gì? Từ đọc là gì? Tuzon. Nghe nó phải pháp tí. Tuzon.
Must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Witcher là biết đấm bốc ấy. Có hút đấy. Thôi rồi.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Map trông như nào? Let's where you can begin new quest from blood and why mắc with. Tấm than màu đỏ. Trông cũng chả khác gì mấy cái map trước nhỉ? Đây là xe Tiết và Tiểu, Blood and Wine. Tiết và Tiểu.
Got guests. Careful.
Cover, con này mới à? Giống bọn Drowner rồi. Đánh trâu đây. Mấy con này ui à? Ui. Con này là thể loại gì ấy? Scuver Necropet à? Con này gần chết là nó sẽ nổ bắn gai ra. Video. Đi.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking.
Let's keep looking.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Ủa.
Footprints. See them? And a rut made by the hull of a boat. Left recently, I'd say. Dragged some nets onto the bank, then cut them to untangle them. Lot of blood, so the corpse must have been cut up. Quartered, maybe.
It's likely they loaded the body parts onto a boat and sailed off.
Đúng xem được sớt này. Ý, ông rút kiếm ông.
Gonna dive in, check the other nets. Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Wealthy victim, correct. Wealthy victim. Yo. Lút. Handkerchief. Ăn tay à? Talk to me about your friend.
Handkerchief. Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here.
Đây là dòng
Corpse
nước
got
đưa
caught in the
cái xác
nets.
đến à?
Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Där tre. Visst är det? Är det?
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Det var det på konten.
It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Bạn mình bị giết mà
You
không biết.
have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to.
I understand. We can talk.
With the feet.
I shall have to leave you soon.
And you have to leave you soon. Little to God. Thank you, sir.
In the service of her illustrious highness knows no rest.
Mấy ông Pháp nói tiếng Anh buồn cười. Did you want to? We had did you sir? Let me tell you the e. Không có thằng nào phải đi đâu này à?
I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time. Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Nó có thể đi nhanh được không?
Best cure for the beast. A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
Bonjour.
What? With no lads brave enough? Of course we have.
Bonjour.
Bravery's not enough. No wine.
Stop the try in.
Wrote the Duchess. Ours. I
can't believe it.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, But when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir the Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise
Ah, shut the fuck up. I'm Geralt.
Name's Geralt.
a humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir the Peyrac Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here
Con này
till
buồn
winter.
cười đi.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
Hello?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his
Jennifer,
field was
nhìn giống đấy.
auctioned off.
Không phải.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Ninnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this...
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears.
Tính lên
It
kiện.
finally
Cái
came
này.
time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact.
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can...
Ui, nó nói nhiều thế. Từ các ông đoàn nói cái đéo gì. Tôi đến đây để
Thanks
cảm
for the
cái
hospitality.
pháp y, các ông cứ nói cái đéo gì.
Corvo Bianco...
Not
Cái
com-
booby kìa.
the-
Nó lòng sặc cơ. Mẹ bảo mình đến đây làm pháp y, mẹ cứ nói cái đéo. Rất đó.
Appearances deceive,
Cái gì đấy?
Witcher.
The
Beware.
Witcher. Hello, baby.
Ducal clerk's looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
The White Whip. The Witcher Geralt of Rivia. Know what the whip whip? This wanted job at a good. His potential employer guarantee an employee for the unusual contract. For more information, you should go to the call Labrador Temporary Descom in the zone. Hello.
The Witcher,
Suck it.
the one that Duquesa summoned.
Rồi, đi thử mà. Hai nhiệm vụ cả. Talk to Caballero. The leader. Một số. Mutual of Negro White Kingdom. Đọc nhiệm vụ vậy. Quen. Đây cũng đánh quen này. Mày chơi môn thể thao mẹ đầu óc phết nhỉ? Quen. Ây dồ. Can check. Để bắt đọc cái gì? Sang đây cây có vẻ lùn hơn bên kia nhỉ? Cây bên này thấp hơn. Mình đang đâu này? Bonjour. Của tòa thành đẹp nhỉ? Cái này màu sắc tươi. Theo như mẹ mình. Cái gì?
Over here, please.
Winner contract. Thằng nào đấy?
Heard you calling. Wanted to talk?
I did, for we're neck deep in trouble. Of the spider kind.
Need a maid with a broom, not a witcher.
Nhẹ nào.
You failed to understand.
Ok, giết quái vật
what
gì.
you will.
Take care that you might pay less to.
First things first. Need to talk about my reward.
To hacker for high reward true an amount using if your counterparty accept. Mắc bính như còn nghĩa. Nói level kinh.
Not an amount I can afford. Perhaps a modest reduction, eh?
Cái gì? Hai lốp nha, giá cuối này.
Not an amount.
Đây.
No, no, no. You exaggerate.
Nó không cho mình từ chối thằng này. Clear the gate of monster. Whatever, kid. Cái gì level 43 này, trêu tả. Vãi cứt. Level 43. Thế dỗ. Nó con đéo bị lửa. Đéo bị cháy à? Con này nó không sợ lửa sao nhỉ? Nhưng đại ngứa này. Cắn cái chết. Ua. Mấy con này mấy trăm nghìn máu đấy. Nó đấm mình cái chết luôn. Level 43 nó nhiều hơn nhiều mình level quá, đồ mình thì cùi.
Ducal clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
Chưa đánh được nhiệm vụ đấy. Đâu nhỉ? Con gì đây?
Say the witches eat their cheese before dessert or after?
Đây có nhiệm vụ là mình làm được. 38, 37 46. Như đây là cái đấu gì nhỉ? Đấu thương nào? Quay ua bega. À, 7 chắc làm được này.
That's it, Roach.
Đéo trả mình có 100 đồng để đánh một đống quái lắm. 100 đồng trả tiền nhiệm vụ phụ cùi vãi lìn. Cho 1.000 làm sao mà DLC cho mấy trăm chẳng hạn thôi. 700-800 thì mẹ cho 150 đồng. Nghèo. Thém mày tao lấy tiền của mày còn nhanh hơn.
Come on.
Come on, bro. How là gì nhỉ? With winner contract.
Hey, over here, please.
Over here, please.
Heard you calling.
I did. You call them.
Chịu, chưa đánh được đâu, level 43 đánh đeo được. Secondary contract 40 ạ. Mà các bạn phải có đồ cơ, không có đồ đánh đeo được. Đồ cùi. Đồ lỏng mới lìn. Còn dùng Usin X-Hen này. Tam 400 bị bắt. Có cái xin và sword nào ngon không nhỉ? Đây là cái 495 này. Đấy 414 này. Tôi rồi dùng mấy cái này vì đam nó to hơn. Cái này mặc dù có hit trên này, crit hit đam này. Cái này cũng có. Bây giờ có khi phải dùng mấy cái 495 rồi này. Bảy tư đam ít đâu. Có bánh thử con em mà. Tao bánh thử mà.
You make mountains out of molehills, Vilma.
Cái con này nó không sợ lửa. Mẹ nó còn không ra cơ. Không ra khỏi tổ nó luôn này. Em mấy con chó. Nó không ra khỏi tổ nó luôn cơ. Thế mới cay đấy. Con này nó cứ lùi đây. Nó cắn mình một hit ạ. Không hiểu. Thế cái con này nó đánh mình đấy là đam gì đấy? Thế đấy là đam gì? Mà mình mặc cái giáp như này rồi nó vẫn chém phát chết luôn. 4.500 máu. Amo có phải là bé đâu. 359 này. Không biết con này bao nhiêu máu, vấn đề là thế. Nó cắn cái thì chết con mẹ nó luôn, đéo hiểu kiểu gì. Thế cái con này nó sợ cái gì luôn đấy. Lửa nó không sợ. Không thèm ra luôn này. Hay không? Mình làm sao đánh được nó trong máy.
Come on.
Nên là nó không ra ấy. Ôi sao bị mẹ biết ngay mà không đánh được, chưa đánh được với con này. Khôn lắm nhá, nó cứ nấp ở trong người, nó đéo ra, mình đéo đánh được, chưa đánh được. Kiếm đồ khác này. Hoặc là phải mặc đồ khác, một set đồ khác luôn đấy. Thôi được rồi, làm nhiệm vụ khác rồi.
I must insist, Count. You'll be much the
Lads, I find your concern touching, I do. Yet I've long awaited this day. So, you must forgive me, but I shall go through with it as planned. Ah, it seems my guide has arrived.
Greetings.
Ciri.
Greetings to you, White Wolf. I presume you saw my notice? Foolish question. You're here, thus you must have seen it. Forgive me, I should introduce myself. Count Belladal, a great admirer of your deeds.
Thanks. Not something we witchers hear often.
But Count, sir,
Do you mean to go off with just this witcher? A right hardy fellow he is, no ponce, I'm sure. But your expedition's too risky on the whole. And not taking us with you's, pardon my saying it, right daft.
You exaggerate, Vilmar. I believe I can manage to survive half a day without someone there to wipe me arse in my stead.
Wipe the ass. Thằng anh anh à?
My guards lament, Witcher, but you must forgive them. Now, to get down to brass tacks. As you've no doubt gleaned from the notice, I've a rather extraordinary proposition for you. I'm a lover, Witcher, of nature.
To
A
seven
devotee
to
of the
several
wild.
species not encountered
Toussaint is
elsewhere.
home to several species not encountered elsewhere. I'd like you to accompany me on an expedition. Yes. Naturally, you'll protect me should the need arise. My ever-vigilant guards, see, will report...
Muốn mình làm gì đấy?
Need some details before I can say anything. Where are we going? What am I supposed to do exactly?
In the roundest terms, we shall admire the local flora and fauna. And while we do, I might preserve a thing or two.
Preserve?
Of this device, see, a parastisomac. It captures, likenesses.
A parasesta what?
It's like a movable megascope, capturing moments, transforming them into illusions, based upon which I then paint a painting.
Máy ảnh đấy hả?
So, you want me with you, looking at animals and flowers and...
Well, that's more or less what it amounts to, yes. Except you will first have to track down the creatures I wish to capture. I know only the very approximate locations of their habitats. Well, and should any trouble arise, we'll have...
Ah, fuck off.
Not sure you actually get what it is I do. I'm a professional monster slayer. Not some guide for...
Forgive me, Master.
None taken. Just next time you post a note...
Naturally. Yet, should you have a change of heart, whatever the reason...
Ông ấy bảo mình đi ngắm hoa với ông ấy ạ. Vãi lều đi ngắm hoa và ngắm thú với ông ấy ạ. Hút cái mẹ nhà ông rảnh vãi đồn đấy. Tao là chuyên gia săn quái vật, giết quái vật, mày bắt tao đi ngắm hoa với mày. Về đâu đấy? Shit. Witcher contract luôn mà. Cái này nó tính là Witcher contract luôn mà. Ôi, làm nhiệm vụ chính. Nó tính là Witcher contract luôn mà. Được. Kiếm tí đồ, tí tiền. Muốn ấp đồ quyện. Mình không hiểu tại sao nó chém mình cái chết luôn nhỉ. 5.000 máu chứ ít gì đâu. Mà nó đấm một cái chết luôn. Cái bơi đéo.
Slower.
Cái con kẹt con mẹ rồi. Cái có giảm đam thì cũng chả giảm được bao nhiêu. Mình mặc mẹ mày full setup nặng. Đều được. Máu mình là bao nhiêu máu? Bao nhiêu máu đây? 5.800 máu. Có cái gì tăng máu nhỉ? Mình như chả tăng cái gì tăng máu nào. Thêm 5 lớp. Có cái gì giảm đam nhỉ? Piece of heavy armor. Piece of light armor increase critical hit damage and fast attack damage by 5%. Đây, tí tăng cái điểm này bởi vì mình đặt toàn light armor. Piece of heavy armor maximum by 5% cho attack damage 5%. Go to cover Bianco, examine the body kept in the cellar. Cellar. Witcher.
Sounds like a fight. Have to hurry.
Quánh nhau. Vui này không thể thiếu anh.
Damn it. It must still be here. In the cellar. Gotta be.
Con gì vừa giết bọn này đấy?
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like. Except for long fangs.
Người sói à? Nhặt về bán này.
Busted ribs, blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara though, or a flitter. Bruxa, gotta be.
Bruxa mới à? Vampire à? Không phải là người sói mà lại là vampire. The Beat of the Claw. Blue Glare. Vampire. Bruxa. Cái con vừa rồi đúng không? Cái con lúc mẹ ở cái in ấy.
Black blood and moon dust. Could be lifesavers.
Black Blood and Moon Dirt à? Xem nào. Black Blood and Moon Dirt. Xem nào mình có chế được Moon Dirt không nhỉ? Dimension Bomb. Moon Dirt đây rồi. Moon Dirt. Bom đâu? Moon Dirt. À Moon Dirt đây rồi. Này nó sợ gì nhỉ? Vừa đấy. Vampire Oil, Moon Dirt, Black Blood. Black Blood là cái gì đấy? Mình không có cái này nhá. Thế thử mà. Black Blood là cái gì? Poison đúng không? Black Blood. Đi mẹ trước kim đọc. À khi bị đánh trúng thì nó sẽ đẩy ngược cái con vampire là. Có vẻ hấp dẫn nhỉ? Vampire Oil của mình đâu? Hybrid Ocroy Relic. Vampire Oil. Đấy. Này, bị thiếu cái gì nhỉ? Thiếu bia phát, mỡ gấu, Beast, Tăng men Venom. Thiếu Beast, thiếu mỡ gấu. As a beast victim body in the cellar. Này, thân mẹ cái con. Con trợ lý ảo mình nó bị điên này. Nên gọi ngoi đây làm gì mà. Đi gióm đâu ấy nhỉ? Biến mất.
Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
Mày chết con mẹ rồi. Vừa nãy còn đang thở mà. Chấm.
Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate.
Con này khỏe đấy nhỉ? Duy mạnh đấy.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Không nói à?
You don't have to fight.
Mặc cả với quái vật ạ. Đi đen mặc cả với cả Taliban ạ. Mẹ mày.
You are wrong.
Cái giật vâng. Con này còn tàng hình được. Thế nha, chuẩn bị đánh nhau mẹ vỡ đầu mẹ chán này.
I cannot let you leave.
Ồ, ồ, ồ.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Nhanh. What the fuck is it wrong with you, bitch? Nó nhanh vãi lìn đấy. Ủa, cái này nó có tác dụng gì với con này?
Come on.
Die, bitch.
Killed all these men to get to the body. What was she doing at the table, though?
What a fucking bitch. Lag lì. Sao này mạng lag nhỉ? Lô lô. Đây này. Lag kéo chịu. Đéo biết tại sao luôn. Rồi.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
It's my head. Nó lấy cái gì?
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins.
Tiền này. Hot filled with Florence.
Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Con này không phải là người giết à?
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up.
Tay con quái vật
How's
này.
this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time.
Con sống vẫn cử động này.
Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Ông cầm luôn cái tay đi.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Thằng này lại có một cái bàn tay ở trong một cái túi. Khả năng là ông này đi chặt tay của một đứa nào đấy để như kiểu là chặt tay của người bị sét đánh để ăn cắp phát nào được phát đấy ấy. Nhưng mà hơi đen. Con này người toàn đớt này. Một môi ít của rời. Chết nhá. Để xem con Bruxa đấy nó là cái gì. Bruxa là một sinh vật quý hiếm, sống xa loài người. Bởi vì họ quan tâm đến, bởi vì chúng chỉ quan tâm đến, đây cũng là một con quái vật không giống người ấy này. Chúng quan tâm đến sự an toàn của mình và làm tổ ở nơi mà không ai có thể tình huống bất ngờ. Những con sống gần loài người, tránh xa đám đông, chỉ xuất ra ngoài vào ban đêm. Con này đi ra ngoài buổi sáng luôn. Mọi người có thể nhầm lẫn nó với cả những người những người tản bộ, những người du hành, kiểu đi lang thang ấy. Nhưng lại quên mất cái từ. Dịch là phượt thủ. Phượt thủ. Nhưng mà tại sao lại có một cái con như này nhỉ? Nó giống người vẫn Linh ấy. Không có tí nói về việc tại sao nó lại giống người nhỉ? Mình không hiểu tại sao nó không có một cái gì nói về việc tại sao nó lại giống loài người ấy. Meet by Palmerin and ask him take you to the Duchess. Duchess là cái gì nhỉ? Duchess là nữ gì à? Nữ bá tước à? Hay nữ công tước? Đéo đấu trường này. Em là hấp dẫn nhỉ? Tiết mục này được á. Milady, Ciri, the loser.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But Sir Palmerin, what about the story of Rittik and the dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Yeah, no stronger win.
Much as we might not like it, virtue's got nothing to do with it. Victory goes to the stronger.
So, is there no point to being virtuous?
Not what I said.
Then what's needed to vanquish villains?
A sharp sword and some skill.
But what if there's lots of villains and they've sharp swords too? And lots of skill?
That's where virtue starts to matter. Because they say the gods reward the virtuous after death.
Yeah.
That will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll...
Lead the way.
Khóc ngoài này.
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Ui,
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar?
Shaelmar?
On its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
à,
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
con gì này?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd.
Chuẩn.
No knight will gain any glory from this.
Phê the shim.
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young
You.
man you met.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Ui mẹ, đúng mấy ông kỵ sĩ ngày xưa giống như phim A Night Tale. My lady, I give you my heart. Thưa quý cô, để chứng minh tình yêu của tôi dành cho quý cô, tôi sẽ đánh bại tên hiệp sĩ này. Ui.
Let's go.
Lady. Cái thằng lúc nãy đánh nhau Goliath ấy, thằng trẻ trẻ nói giọng Australia ấy. Chúng ta với nhau với con này gõ được 2 phát lại nằm đất. Người sĩ gái chết này, kéo chết. Mình có khi phải ra ngải cứu cái thằng sĩ gái mẹ.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
Vivian. Nhảm.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
What the fuck? Con gì này? Cua. Cua hoàng đế á? Con này bị mù đúng không? Không nhìn thấy gì đấy.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Đi chưa? Nhờn. Ly chê.
Damn it.
Cứu. Ui dồi ôi. Gáy bẩn lè.
We have to help him.
Đấy, đến ngay phải ngài cứu thằng này mà. Con này mẹ. Con này là con gì? Con này mình nghĩ chắc óc. Mình nghĩ chắc óc. Nhìn cái kiểu đá chắc là óc. Óc rồi nhỉ? Óc hay Elementor nhỉ? Óc hay Elementor. Óc.
Gotta keep it down.
For lightning, the beast heed its power. Let loose a roar comes not from the earth. Now like a witcher in one night.
Đánh nó thử đi.
Fight the beast. Its plan. Out.
Không có thông tin thì phải nó đánh đéo rồi. Con này là relic á. Real? Amum à? Ok. Con này là relic. Samum. Mình có Samum mà nhỉ? Samum nào ạ?
And thus the witch's life will snub. All our hopes are lost.
Không né này nhỉ?
ocean and set fire to the wood. For nothing in this struggle can come to any good. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the witches and triumph against
biết.
all odds.
Nè, con này sau lưng đánh nó. Hơi quá đà rồi nhá. Con chó này cay chứ, con là khó chịu thật đấy. Motherfucker.
Waited till the time was true, then 12 danced and spun,
đây rồi.
set the monster right through.
Yeah, tiếp một viên.
He has breathed his last breath. Avenge, witcher, fight bravely unto death. But the foe who leads at the last first spurt, so the witcher wound the Selma and his foul heart earth.
Mày chết con mẹ rồi này.
His face strikes belly, Selma's cries ring aloud, that transforms into jelly.
Nó sấy thằng kia chết con mẹ rồi.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Vui vẻ đéo đi một vỗ tay thần mẹ như mày.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Nghe vậy. Sao nó sẽ gây nguy hiểm mọi người?
The monster lies slain! The fight is done! Praised be the victors!
Ông con kia sĩ gái vừa đó nha mày.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
Chưa chết à?
You fought bravely. Thanks for your help.
And now the idiot.
Guillaume.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Mấy cái thằng sĩ gái này. Đúng chết đây à?
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Magnificent, breathtaking.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea.
Brilliant.
We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
Trust upon. Bạn này nói như người Nga.
Honored.
Bạn này nói như người Nga.
Hero, hop hop, for we must make off with Geralt. We
Giúp
should
cho.
talk.
Bạn này đi.
We had been long awaiting your arrival, had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Có nện bà này không nhỉ?
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Dandelion.
I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged and quartered.
Vãi liều, thằng em sao mà bên mày ghét thế?
The very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Ông này lắm sẹo phết nhỉ?
Your Grace.
Witcher.
Witcher.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always.
Fuck off.
And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own,
really?
Without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
What the fuck? Là sao?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards both.
How about you?
I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and the sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain
cho mình một
the
cái nhà để ở tạm.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. But Corvo Bianco, isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
The first victim, what do we know?
How'd it start? Who was the first victim?
Crispy was the first to die.
Crispy.
He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories.
Rất nhiều trận chiến.
Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crispy was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later, on his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck.
Hanging from his neck.
He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Nào mà kinh khủng nhỉ? Quái vật gì mà ghê vậy?
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no.
Con Duchess này là bố nó là cái gì? Bố nó là Đức. Thì kiểu như thằng đấy nó không có con gái, nó không có con trai, thì đứa con gái nó sẽ lên làm là người kế vị của nó thì sẽ là gọi là Duchess, nhưng mà cái Đúc bên Duchess này công tước, đúng không? Mình đoán đúng rồi đấy, công tước. Đúc là công tước đấy. Đúc là công tước, mà Duchess là nữ công tước. Thế mình đoán đúng không? Sao là bá tước à? Hay nam tước nhỉ?
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinch.
Found a coin pouch on his body, contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Cái thằng vừa rồi mẫy trong hang này cũng là kỵ sĩ à?
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blasted.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor and compassion.
5 cái à? Danh dự. Wisdom là gì à? Sáng suốt à? Generosity là hào sảng à? Valor là gì? Valor là chiến thắng à? Compassion là gì? Mấy từ này mình quên mất.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think.
Muốn giết 5 người à?
At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something.
Đi săn thỏ, nghe hăn.
Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed the Nike team. It was years ago, but...
Một team à? Team. Đấy là một team chứ này. Team phổi gì đây?
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and
Hóa ra là có một ông đóng giả thành con he để bọn kia đi săn ạ.
Damien, order the garden searched. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses.
Người phụ nữ mạnh mẽ, độc lập.
Your Grace.
Ngắm luôn cái được.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness,
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled.
Onward. Mất hết cả phẩm mạnh.
Hey!
Hey!
That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Ông ấy định giữ về làm gì hả?
Their Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
Clear the path! Clear the way, I said!
Con này là công tước. Theo công tước là cao nhất này hay là bé nhất này? Nhưng là to nhất đúng không? Công hầu bá tử nam.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too.
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Fish?
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Cái này có hai lựa chọn này.
It's not a real fish. Look there, towards
Thế
the
rồi, nhưng mình
water.
chọn sai rồi.
See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It turns around, over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Mình chọn cái kia có đúng không nhỉ? Hay là mình phải chọn là unicorn? Mình nghĩ là mình phải chọn unicorn. Cho mình chọn hai cái đấy, mình nghĩ là mình chọn unicorn. Unicorn lại giống Jennifer à?
It's here, just round the corner.
Hurry.
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Yeah.
One second. You will get...
Unicorn horn?
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look.
Hội thoại vẫn thế. Chỉ là cái này nói trước, cái kia nói sau thôi.
Please, look there.
Nhưng mà tại sao nó lại cho mình 2 cái khoảng thời gian để điểm
The
gì?
golden fish and the horn, both... All clear?
Look for the unicorn. Visit the golden fish. Ok. Đây, unicorn này.
But this is no true unicorn.
What, unicorn fake à?
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Thật thế, cái này là giả đúng không? Đừng giả mà. Xỉu. Tuca.
Come on, stay calm. Shh, calm down.
Thế có phải nhanh không? Easy bitch. Mà lạ nhỉ, trong một cái thế giới đủ các loại quái vật này mà unicorn lại không có thật nhỉ? Chỉ là một con fake. Cái con này phải có unicorn nhỉ?
Well, that's hardly fair.
Flagrant cheating is what it is.
Sirs, we must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Gây sự đánh nhau à?
Hands off, a man's life is at stake.
A bold-faced lie.
Let's show the scoundrel the true meaning of valor.
À,
We shall teach you manners.
manner.
He's a cheat, a cad. You shall regret your dishonesty, doubt.
Không dùng mấy à?
Defend yourself, rogue.
The impotence.
Defend yourself, rogue.
The impotence.
Defend yourself, rogue.
Không bao giờ đấm trúng tao luôn.
The man needs to be taught a lesson.
We shall teach you manners.
The man needs to be taught a lesson.
Biết Floyd Mayweather không?
Shall regret your
Đây này.
dishonesty, doubt. The man needs to be taught a lesson.
The man need to do the lesson.
You shall
you.
regret your dishonesty, doubt.
À,
The man needs to be taught a lesson.
cái thằng này.
You shall regret your dishonesty, doubt.
Defend yourself, rogue.
Pathetic.
Chịu.
You shall regret your dishonesty, doubt. The man needs to be taught a lesson.
We shall teach you manners. Defend yourself, rogue. We shall teach you manners.
Yeah.
Defend yourself, rogue. We shall teach you manners.
Time to end this.
Shut the fuck up.
Halt! Vagrant, I demand satisfaction.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
fuck
No
off.
time.
Đúng rồi. Fuck off.
Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
Fuck off, bitch.
That's my something horrible.
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Lepios ruptured fins.
What the blazes?
Did someone just dive in the water? Perhaps that's the way to do it.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Puppy. Puppy? Đây là Golden Fish à? Hết. Đây là chắc là con này đúng không? Andy. Golden Fish, cá vàng. Được. Con nó lấy mất của mình ấy.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
Fuck off.
A key.
Key.
Why, don't cry, dear. The Duchess will hear of this.
Ooh, the Duchess been here, this motherfucker. Oh. Thi khóc. Công. Nuôi công trong này em ghi. Nhã đấy.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. Or shall be explained later.
Nhìn tay ấy.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
Bố mày là luật à? Được rồi.
Geralt, at last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
I begin like a ground hollow out with E, and like a mouse with a head of hard. Tức là đầu to đuôi nhỏ. Roan Hollow một tiếng hét hay là kêu gào. And like a mouse with a head. Nó kép à? Đúng không?
Groans, hollows. Could be a cave, I guess.
Now that's just silly. Look, if we take groan, hollow it out and fill it with ease, the letters that is, we get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
pretty clever, and it sounds right to me.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Con này thông minh nhé. Tôi chịu đéo chơi được quả giải đấu này.
Wait here.
I'm an independent woman. I'm a strong independent woman. Ý lại thể hiện thôi. Tôi là một người phụ nữ độc lập mạnh mẽ. What the fuck? Ui. Người sói à? À là vampire chứ.
What the butch?
What was that?
What? Theo. Hot wheel decline. Ai không có cách, ai không có cách nào phát hiện được vampire. Vampire. Oh.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one.
Mọc lại tay.
I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
None.
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though, you bet.
I'll soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
Ông nào Dracula à? Giống Dracula vậy.
No. I intend to live. Happily ever after.
What the fuck? Beast of Victory.
Kill again.
Bạn này bình tĩnh bạn này. Bạn là cái gì đấy? À, con này giờ thành Brusa ở Provienco. Con này là Beast á? Nó không phải vampire à? Beast. Beast Oil là mình đâu nhỉ? Beast Oil à? Nó sợ cái gì được đi? Không biết luôn. Được chết rồi. À. Đi mà bắn đâu này? Chết à? Mình không biết thằng này nó điểm yếu là gì ạ. Ai đấy?
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Lại hồi lại. Con này là cái bọn béo gì vậy?
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Ai đấy?
Regis? You alright?
Regis?
All is well. All's in order.
Nào.
Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Thằng nào đấy? Bạn của mình ấy, bạn thân luôn đấy.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course.
Chứng tỏ là cái bọn kỵ sĩ ngày xưa đã từng làm một việc gì đó rất là xấu xa.
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Dettlaff is no cold-blooded killer.
Thằng đấy đã từng giết một con quái vật.
I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Này là vampire.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Ô, thế bọn là 2 vampire đúng không? Giống cái con lần trước ấy.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Phải.
Gotta find him. Before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
See you. Con này nó bay kiểu này à? Ừ. Này.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Ok. Đánh một tiết này. Em nào, đọc một tí về mấy bọn này nào. Beast of Big Claw. Con này là một người Tiger Vampire này. Đúng không? Đây này. Con này vừa là Beast vừa là Vampire. Đấy, con này ăn Tiger Vampire này. Tiger Vampire Immortal Creature. Sinh vật bất tử. Supreme Difficult Foe. What? À, con này chắc đến lấy lại cái tay thằng kia. Thế. Regis. Thằng đéo gì nhỉ? Tự nhiên có một cái thằng đây. Đâu nhỉ? Regis. Không thấy tên thằng ở đây nhỉ? Thôi rồi. Ngủ. Chơi thế thôi. Khi nào có hứng lại tiếp tục. Được. Vụ có vẻ hấp dẫn đấy.